Recessions are hard on everyone, aren't they? Actually, just as wars have their war babies, companies that perform well during war and suffer during peace, recessions have their tough offspring as well. This is industries that thrive on recession. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. In this video, we'll take a look at the industries that flourish in the adversity of a recession and why they do so well when everyone else is struggling to make ends meet. Discount retailers. It makes sense that as budgets feel the strain of an economic downturn, people turn to the stores that offer the most for the least. Discount retailers like Walmart do well at any time, but this is not entirely true. They often suffer in good times as people flush with money buy higher quality goods at competing outlets. To remain competitive, they are forced to upgrade their product lines and change the focus of their business from thrift to quality. Their profits suffer from either lost sales or less margin on the goods they sell. In hard times, however, these retailers excel by going back to core products and using vast economies of scale to give cheap goods to consumers. Designers and producers of low-end products also see an upswing as more people jump from brand names to make their paychecks go further. People may not like discount retailers, but in the recession, most people end up shopping there. Sin industries. In bad times, the bad do well. Although it seems like counterintuitive, people patronize the sin industry more during a recession. In good times, these same people might have bought new shoes or a new stereo or other bigger ticket items. In bad times, however, the desire for comforts doesn't leave, it simply scales down. People will pass on the stereo, but a nightly glass of wine, a pack of cigarettes, or a chocolate bar are small expenditures that help hold back the general malaise that comes with being tight on cash. Be warned though, not all sin business prosper in a recession. Gambling, with the exception of the truly troubled gamblers, becomes an extravagance and generally declines during a recession. In fact, casinos do their best trade when the economy is roaring and everyone feels lucky. The most prosperous business in this industry are the purveyors of small pleasures that can be bought at a gas station or a convenience store. And for this video, let me just take a break here. If you're not understanding, this is for you to open up a business with this in mind. This is not for you out to go and shop. This is not the point of the... You can go shop without a video. There's no instructional video on how to go shopping unless you're trying to look at something specific. Selected services. Expect a downturn in the service industry as a whole, as companies and families are willing to do more themselves to save money. A certain class of service providers will see an upswing during hard times, though. Companies that specialize in upgrading and maintaining existing equipment and products see their business increase as more clients focus on working with what they have now rather than buying a new model. In the real estate industry, they say, renovators hire as builders fire. And this holds true for many other industries as well. The statics. In a recession, simply carrying on with business as usual can be an achievement. Pharmaceuticals, healthcare companies, tax service companies, grave diggers, waste disposal companies, and many others are in the category that, while not jumping ahead during a recession, can plod along while other companies suffer. This is simply because people get sick, get taxed, and die, not always in that order, no matter what the economy is like. Sometimes the most boring business offer the most consistent and, in context, exciting returns. The benefits of recession. The biggest benefit of hard times is that companies get hurt for inefficiency that they laughed off in better times. A recession means general fat trimming for companies from which they should emerge stronger. And that's good news for investors. One of the best signs in a company in a hard-hit industry that is expanding anyway. For example, McDonald's continued to grow in the 1970s downturn, even though restaurants generally suffered as people cooked rather than going out to eat. Similarly, Toyota was opening new American plants in the 1990s downturn when the big three were closing theirs due to failing sales of new cars. A recession can be a blessing for investors, as it is much easier to spot a strong company without the white noise of a strong economy, waiting it out. Although it's good to know which companies excel in a recession, investing according to economic cycles can be difficult. If you do invest in these industries during a recession, you have to pay careful attention to your investment so you can readjust your portfolio before the economic rebounds, stemming the advances the recession-proof industries have made. Some of the companies performing well in a recession will also perform well in a recovery, and more will change their business to take advantage of it. But many will be passed by their toughened-up brethren that race ahead in bull markets. Financials, technology firms, and other fast-moving industries. With the proper timing, however, these industries can provide a buffer within your portfolio while you wait for high flyers to take off again. I hope you use this information for investing and opening up a business. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.